Hello and welcome to the
We Bear All.
podcast.
I'm really glad I made it through at that time.
About time you did the intro.
So this is episode 1, but it's not the Phantom Menace.
Well, I mean, what other episode is it? I mean, there's so many other episodes of this out there.
As long as we've been recording this one,
It feels like it's been like 8 episodes.
I feel like I've been doing The Simpsons
Yeah.
for 26 years.
Yeah.
Setting this up makes me feel like I should be on Social Security.
You should probably be drinking right now, honestly.
I'd like to. I mean, there's rum in this building, and I like to be drinking it right now. I hate technology now. I'm thinking about going off the grid.
That's a great
I want to do a podcast first because that's what people who go off the grid do because they're dipshits. All right.
So you're a dipshit, is what you're saying.
Obviously, it's setting up a podcast. We started this at 9:30, and it is currently
11:22.
And we got a list of topics to my family tree.
Oh, I don't know. Some of these are pretty good. Some of these are just complete shit.
Wow, we're dropping that word already. All right,
Okay.
we'll go.
Starting with X-Men Apocalypse, which I'm the only one who's seen that here.
Let me make a statement about that right
Okay, have fun.
now.
Stop laughing.
It's time for Chris's rant.
You're gonna hear these a lot, by the way, just to let
Yes.
you know. Especially when we get to Ghostbusters, but that's a whole nother topic. Continue.
This movie, X-Men Apocalypse, came out 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. And I'm like, haven't had time to go see it. I'm like, 2 weeks. It's not going to go anywhere. It was playing at both theaters in this town. And now it's gone. Already. It's gone.
And Civil War's been here for 6 weeks.
6 weeks, it's still here. We saw that this afternoon. We're going to discuss that and how much that movie made me even more pissed off at that Zack Snyder shitfest. That was Batman v. It's not V, it's Versus. Come on. Is Warner Brothers so cheap that, hey, we're going to drop an S off everything so we have to pay for the printing? But I'm getting off.
Well, you see, they had to pay for the Dawn of Justice subtitle somehow.
Dawn of Justice.
Anyway, we'll talk about that here in a little bit.
Dawn of Hemorrhoids.
That's about right.
But
Dawn of Hepatitis.
yeah, they dumped it, and now both theaters in this town are playing 3 of the same movie.
Warcraft.
Now You See Me 2.
And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, which I hear is worse than the first one. I haven't actually seen it yet.
I haven't. I don't.
We're not going to see it in theaters. That's what we're saying. We might see it once it's on Netflix.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, probably not even that. What are we saying?
I have good movies to watch.
Yeah, like Manos, Sands of Faith. And The Room.
You shut your filthy mouth about Manos. Manos rules. You can kiss my ass. I'll talk about X-Men Apocalypse because
Okay. Well, I brought up some of it to you before, but anyway, it seemed like a decent enough movie based off the ads.
No, wait a minute. Spoilers?
Yeah, well, duh.
Okay. Spoiler alert. He's going to be talking about spoilers about this.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the movie, you may want to.
Well, listen anyway. You may want to get off, but you should listen anyway. Because, yeah.
He's doing this to help you folks. He watched X-Men Apocalypse to atone for your sins.
Oh, speaking of which, just a little off topic here. They're making Passion of the Christ 2.
This time it's personal.
I don't know. I just saw it on Twitter and yeah. Anyway,
Is it called The Passion 2, The Revenge?
that would be stupid. Continuing. Okay.
Is Michael Caine in it?
Michael Caine is here to save you from your sin.
That's the crappiest Michael Caine impression I've ever heard.
I wasn't doing it. Whatever. Anyway. Now shut the hell up so I can talk about X-Men
What
Apocalypse.
the hell were we talking about?
X-Men Apocalypse. Dumbass.
Alright. Don't call me a dumbass.
Call me a dumbass then. God damn it.
Alright.
Okay. So anyway. Don't mute your mic.
Taking a drink.
Screw off. I can still hear you, by the way.
Talk about X-Men Apocalypse.
Okay. So anyway, the ads make it look like this ending, because Hugh Jackman's leaving after Wolverine 3, which we'll get to later, and they don't make it sound like they're going to recast him in these, but they're going to continue on with a new series. So you figure, okay, world's going to end, and there's been all these rumors leading up to Wolverine 3 being based off the Old Man Logan storyline.
And what's the old man's Logan storyline?
If you don't know what the Old Man's Logan storyline is, okay, stop listening to this and go read it first off. So that's a great storyline. But what it is, basically all these villains getting together, just kill all of the superheroes, and then they split up the United States into sections for each division, I guess. And it's Wolverine living in California having to pay rent to a gang of Hulks.
Sounds like living in California now.
Good point. But anyway, obviously they can't use Hulk since it's a Fox property and Hulk's Marvel, that bullshit. But
Disney.
yeah, it's same difference. At this point,
Disney paid the money for it. Give credit where credit's due.
yeah, Disney also bought Star Wars.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, so silence. Anyway, we apologize for that short break.
Yeah, who's going to sponsor this shit?
Good point. Welcome to White Castle. Okay. Okay. God. So
Apocalypse.
yeah. So saw the movie. First off, you think, okay, you're gonna see Ian McClellan, Patrick Stewart. No, screw them, right? We don't want to see them. Best part of this movie.
They're old.
So Patrick Stewart's gonna be in Wolverine 3.
Yeah, but they're both old. Wolverine's going to be old too.
When anyway. So best scenes in this movie are Wolverine's scene when they, for some ungodly reason, go into the whole Weapon X fiasco, rewriting how he escaped. Which, I mean, I understand it's a different timeline, but the hell, man, just okay. That scene was awesome, and then the Quicksilver scene.
Tell them about the part where they stitch up Deadpool's mouth.
Wrong movie.
They did it again because Fox sucks.
No, they didn't do it. Although Deadpool probably would have made this movie even better. Now, don't get me wrong, we're ripping on this movie a lot. It wasn't that bad.
They didn't know Deadpool was going to make money at that point.
No, they didn't. No, I'm not talking about Origins. I'm talking about this one.
No, I mean Apocalypse. If they knew Deadpool was going to make the kind of Deadpool money Deadpool made, Deadpool would be all over this movie.
Yeah,
it's a lot of Deadpool.
Deadpool.
You say it 3 times, he shows up and eats your chimichangas.
You can't have my chimichangas.
I said chimichangas.
I just had chimichangas.
You got half one upstairs.
Quarter. God. Way off topic. Deadpool and chimichangas. Where the hell did we go wrong?
It's still technically Marvel.
True. Anyway. This movie could have been as bad as Last Stand. It wasn't. It wasn't as bad as X-Men Origins. But it's not better than any of the other ones. X-Men, X-Men 2, the Wolverine, First Class, Days of Future Past, all that shit. It's not better than those, definitely. I know you can't say shit about this because you haven't seen it yet.
No, I got screwed out of it because the theaters dumped it.
Yeah.
And I'm cheap and I'm not driving to Springfield. Illinois, USA.
But
Land of Lincoln.
But shut up.
Just correct.
But comparing this movie to the other superhero movie that came
I love
out,
you, son.
I hate you too. Anyway, comparing this, I guess I should give a review score at least. I'd give it like a 4 or 5 out of 10.
Whoa,
Like it was average.
average.
Yeah,
Wow,
it was okay.
average.
Maybe a very low 6.
I'm an X-Men fan,
Yeah,
and man, 4 or 5.
maybe a low 6.
Oh God,
Average, average.
that sounds like garbage.
That's but by my scale, Last Stand's like a 2 or 3,
What about X-Men Origin?
maybe like a 3.
You give that piece of shit a 3?
Okay, if I had to choose between that and Last Stand, I'd watch that.
What, Apocalypse?
No, 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 no. I mean, Origins.
Origins?
Yeah, I'd rather watch Origins than Last Stand.
I gotta disagree.
Ah, screw off. Anyway, comparing this to the other superhero movie that came out, which might be the reason it was out for 6 weeks instead of 2, which was stupid either way. Civil War. Now, this one we've both seen. So, okay, since I've been talking this whole goddamn time, well, it's your turn. What'd you think of Civil War?
You know I'm a yell about now.
Yeah, you're gonna talk about, but talk about that later. Just talk about the movie as a whole by itself.
As a whole,
Yeah, I guess.
well, you know, it's one of those. I don't know where to start. I usually write this shit down.
Well, don't write it down. Just think. Think, think, think.
Is it better than Winter Soldier? I still haven't made that decision yet. I really like Winter Soldier,
Eh,
but this movie, and what it boils down to is when I left the theater after seeing it's a great flick. You know, you have the conflict, you have the whole.
oh, spoilers on this too, by the way.
Oh yeah, here's a spoiler: Iron Man and Captain America get into a little altercation in the film.
Just a bit. You know, it wasn't. It was handled without violence.
Yeah, Spider-Man shows up too.
Oh yeah. That. Speaking of Spider-Man, sorry, I just want to get this out of the way. Tom Holland is way better than Andrew Garfield. And I know some people like the first Amazing Spider-Man movie, but I personally thought they were both shit.
which is which is saying a lot considering he's only in the movie for what 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, 20 minutes. He's already passed. Oh,
Andrew Garfield.
that one poor guy.
So I still like Tobey Maguire better. That's mainly because Tobey Maguire looked old enough to play the part. Okay, this kid's 20 and I look older than him.
He's supposed to be in high school.
I know. He looks the part.
Okay, yeah, he looks the part.
Yeah, but like at least Peter Parker could drive.
Yeah,
Like he was older. He was in like late height, like senior.
well, don't they graduate in the first one
I think so actually. Yeah,
or the second one? I don't know.
they graduate in one of them.
Well, while we're on the topic of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, I'd just like to say that Spider-Man 3 still sucks. So, if you want to start that rant,
Yeah, I'm good. Let's just continue on with Civil War for now.
Civil War, great flick. I mean, they got a little Ant Man, which I hadn't seen Ant Man because I've been trying to buy it cheap because I'm a tightwad and I haven't found it. So I actually this seeing him seeing the character in Civil War encouraged me to go out and actually rent the movie, which I never do.
Which you should have done from the beginning, because I've already seen it.
I should have bought the thing.
Yeah, you should have bought it, because you know Disney, they're never gonna lower down their goddamn prices. I've been trying to buy Ant-Man and Guardians of the Galaxy for the past year.
I have Guardians.
Yeah, you have Guardians.
Yeah.
I want Guardians.
Go buy it. $22.99.
Yeah, exactly. It's been out like 2 years now.
But anyway, we're talking about Civil War.
Yeah. Captain America is not a Nazi. Hail Hydra, by the way, guys.
Look at that. Him saying Hail Hydra is me saying Go Cubs Go.
Or
Seriously, no one's gonna buy that bullshit.
Batman saying I shot my parents. Daredevil saying I could see the whole time. Deadpool saying I hate chimichangas.
Oh. Anyway, since we're off topic again, yeah.
We're good at that. Sorry.
And thing I liked about Civil War was pretty much the main. They're always after something or trying to save something or trying to stop a guy, and there's really a MacGuffin in this movie. Which, if you don't know what a MacGuffin is, it's what Hitchcock used to use. Like, oh, here's these nuclear plans, but no one really gave a shit about that because they were focused on the story, which is what this did. I mean, it's got a little plot twist in the end, which worked out great, and it was different in a comic book movie in a world where we're just saturated with comic book movies. I mean,
How many were there gonna be from like in between now to 2020?
too goddamn many.
Yeah, close enough.
And then you're throwing Star Wars in there, which, I'm sorry to the comic book movie, but if I got a choice between a comic book movie and Star Wars, well,
Comic book movie and Phantom Menace.
but here's my main complaint. Walking out of Civil War, I realized that seeing this film, which has the basic plot, when you break it down all the way, is the basic plot of Batman versus Superman. I won't say Batman v Superman. Kiss my ass. I was angry because Marvel pulled it off so much better than DC did. I mean, DC flopped.
We want to see a difference. I can tell you the difference right here.
What?
Okay, you notice how there were multiple movies before this happened, right? You
Yeah,
notice that?
they build it up.
How many movies were there before Batman vs Superman?
One.
Thank you. That's all I have to say about
Well,
that.
and then the other thing with Batman v Superman is in Batman v Superman, Superman really comes off like an asshole.
Yeah, it's a dick.
You know, you know, and they build him up like an asshole, and I'm like,
What happened to the big blue Boy Scout, Christopher
yeah,
Reeve?
which it if Su- Captain America is Marvel's Superman, the big blue Boy Scout, and through this whole movie, he's defending an assassin, even though the assassin's his friend, and his friend's been brainwashed. He's sticking with his friend. He's still an assassin. There's a big plot point at the end of the movie, which is really where the plot twist occurs, which I'm not even going to bring up. I'm trying to keep this spoiler free. Batman v Superman, I just spoiled shit out of it for everybody because
Superman's dead.
I'm really considering lowering my rating on Batman v Superman after seeing Civil War, but the whole time I'm watching this, I'm still rooting for Captain America. Even when he's kicking the shit out of Iron Man, I'm still rooting for Captain America. Maybe that's because it's his movie too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I felt about Civil War. What do you think of it?
I thought it was good. Same situation. They did it so much better than DC did with Batman vs Superman. It seems like DC's trying to fix their screw up with like making a whole new division and all that. What else were they doing? Like, and who called in and said that they messed up? Like, what the hell did you do?
Well, they hired. They actually decided, hey, maybe we'll create a movie division.
Huh.
So they created a movie division, and it's some other guy, Jeff Johns, who's actually had stuff to do with comic books. I think he worked on Super. I don't know.
I think he does. I know he's working on Green Lantern, I believe.
A movie?
No, the books.
Yeah. But you really, and, and I think that's the problem is, especially reading some of the interviews Zack Snyder's had with other people, he has no reverence for these characters. I mean, these characters are pushing 80 years old now. Superman will be 80 years old in 2 years. He's 78 right now. You know, he's been around long.
Well, Batman's been around since what? 34? 1934?
39.
39.
Yeah, May of 39. And he just, to me, Snyder's just. And here we go. I can kind of compare the whole Hail Hydra thing, to the way Zack Snyder's handled the whole DC universe. Is that he's just throwing them down, pissed on their legacy. It's the same way Marvel's done with Captain America. Having him say Hail Hydra. It's to sell books. That's all
Yeah.
it is. They killed Superman. They broke Batman's. It's the same shit over again. But Zack Snyder, and from with Affleck becoming an executive producer, somebody is saying, no, I've got a feeling, because I think Snyder's obligated to do Justice League.
Yeah.
I think after that movie, they're going to
Cut him off.
say adios.
Yeah.
He may get a producer credit just because he's tied to it, but just
Because he started this mess.
yeah. Well, think about it. It's on the marquee, Batman versus Superman, and your movie didn't make $1 billion. Someone's got to take the blame. And I can't blame Affleck.
Affleck was the best part of that movie. Some people are going to disagree with that. I've heard a few complaints, but he was the best part of the movie. You cannot deny that.
Well, him killing people.
No, I've heard people complain about like how he acted.
I think he was fine. Well, some of the lines were kind of, but that's shitty writing.
Zack Snyder.
Yeah, yeah. It it's funny that they've put this whole universe in his hands, and he doesn't know jack shit about comic book characters. And a lot of people are going to get pissed about that because of Watchmen and all that. Well, honestly, he kind of disemboweled Watchmen too. Oh, people are going to get pissed about that.
You want to know the difference between this and Watchmen?
What, rape?
Yes, rape. Rape scene.
Yeah. Well, didn't Zack Snyder say if he had done Batman Begins, he put a rape scene in prison with Bruce Wayne, and I'm like, oh, God. This is who you put your faith in on your cinematic universe. Okay.
Maybe that's why they didn't let him have an R rating on it.
Well, I'm interested to see the 3 hour cut just to see if it actually runs better because it's so. This should have been 2 movies.
This movie shouldn't have existed at all. What you saying? 2 movies?
It should have been 2 movies. Well, yeah, they should have put it at the end. You know, they should have said, "Hey, here's another Batman," or "Here's another Superman movie." Hey, we're gonna reintroduce this new Batman so you can see his parents get killed for the 10th goddamn time. There's a, and then that's what Marvel did. Like you said, that's what Marvel did. They built on one movie led into the next instead of, hey, we got this movie. Let's throw every damn graphic novel we have on the face of the earth into it, and it's like they rip pieces out.
Yeah.
And the problem you have now is, here's spoiler alert: Superman's dead.
I yelled that already.
Okay, Superman's dead. So your next movie is not only going to be putting together the Justice League. You have to bring Superman back from the dead. That's a lot to fit in a movie. Resurrection is kind of
Difficult. Yeah. Welcome to the reason it's probably part one and part two in the first place.
well. What'd you say they were doing with New 52 and Doctor Manhattan?
Basically, what they said, Doctor Manhattan cleared out all of the New 52. Just
Hold on.
this sucks ass. End it.
Go ahead and say that again because you cut out.
Okay. Well, Doctor Manhattan basically came in and said, you know what? New 52 sucks ass. Bye bye. Cleared out. Welcome to Rebirth.
With this blue dog.
New 52 sucks. Here's my blue dick. Thank you. Goodbye. See you next time.
So, can we bring him in and do that to Batman versus Superman? Just say, this movie was all a dream. Just forget about it. Here's a Superman movie for you. He's not dead. I brought him back because I'm Doctor Manhattan.
He's not dick either. Man of Steel didn't happen either, by the way. It was all a dream.
I mean, making out and chilling with Lois. 200,000 people dying in the rubble of Metropolis. Good old disaster porn. I love it. And that's the other thing. After seeing Batman vs Superman, I've really lost any esteem I had for Man of Steel,
Yeah.
which I didn't have much because really,
Snap.
yep, really when you look back at Henry Cavill's run as Superman, you're gonna see an asshole that killed General Zod. That's what's gonna end up being.
Oh, and by the way, it's Cherry.
No. I'm not even getting.
Yeah, let's not even get to
Jesse Eisenberg.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Who ruined that movie? I have reservations about Affleck, and I was wrong, but the fear of Jesse Eisenberg being Lex Luthor was right on the money. He blew dog, honestly.
And this is why we need Mr. Manhattan to come in here. Here's my blue dog.
Doctor Manhattan.
Oh yeah, Doctor Manhattan.
He went to school a long time to get that MD. You give him the credit he deserves.
Doctor Manhattan. Whatever.
Think I'm gonna call him? What, you drinking a Mr. Pepper?
He comes in, big blue dick. Bye bye. It's not Cherry.
We've erased Spider-Man twice in the last 10 years. Why can't we do it to this?
Good point.
Oh, God. That movie. God. Ugh.
Who's excited for Deadpool 2? What are you applauding?
Huh? I'm just... Well, Fox is going to milk this.
Oh yeah, Deadpool. Deadpool's after Deadpool. Yeah.
Because when Deadpool started making money, they're like, oh, Fantastic Four sequel? We're not doing that anymore. We lost $200 million on that hunk of garbage.
You made the company quit making comics because of your movie. That's a problem.
That's impressive.
Actually, it is.
I wonder if Universal closed the pizza place. It's Fantastic Four themed and turned it into, I don't know, what would be what's a stupid Marvel? What's a stupid Marvel superhero you can name the pizza place thereafter? I can't remember. I can't dig anybody up.
The Sinister Six. Sandman Sandy Bar.
The Sandman Sandbar.
Yes, our food tastes like sand.
God. Venom's Delicatessen. God.
Venom Symbiote Bar.
God. Yeah. Fantastic Four. We don't need to talk about that. Enough people are bashing on the internet. And, we're going to get our Ghostbusters shots in tonight, so let's just not pick on Fantastic Four.
Well, speaking of Ghostbusters, do you want to start on that, or do you want to go to something else first?
Uh, I'm looking at the list. Oh God, do we want? Do we want to go into that?
Screw it. Why not?
All right, you go ahead and set it up.
This movie is gonna suck.
Why? I just want to see if you're a misogynist.
A sexist misogynist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a sexist. I hate when women rule. I hated Mad Max. No, no, I'm not a sexist or a misogynist. I still think this movie is going to be shit.
So with Mad Max, is that a reboot
They
or is it a
never.
sequel?
I believe George Miller said it was a sequel.
Here's the thing about Mad Max and Ghostbusters is, from what I've heard, Ghostbusters kicked Ivan Reitman to the curb because Sony wanted to work with Paul Feig. So,
Wow,
so they were like, well, like Sony's made so many great decisions,
Amazing Spider-Man. No shit. Anyway, continue.
and honest, I'm gonna be perfectly honest here. It's not about this being an all-female Ghostbusters.
I think Chris Hemsworth sucks too.
Oh
I think
yeah,
they all suck.
I don't know if they suck. I All we've seen is a trailer, and if a trailer is supposed to entice people to go see the movie,
It failed.
yeah, it failed miserably, and someone should be getting fired at Sony.
Like Paul Feig and the rest of the movie crew.
Well, this if this movie tanks, see, I've heard people throw around that if this movie tanks, his career will be over. I don't think it'll be over, honestly, because he's gonna, they're gonna spin it like, oh, all the fanboys gave it so much negative publicity. On it's The movie looks bad. It
It
looks bad.
looks it looks terrible.
Now, here's how the movie could have been good. All right, let's say you keep your all-female Ghostbusters, which I keep saying is not the issue. What if it was all-female Ghostbusters with Ivan Reitman directing and having Dan Aykroyd, and I wish it was Harold Ramis, God rest his soul, writing the script. Reboot it, but then have like George Miller did with Mad Max Fury Road. Would there be the outcry that there is with this?
You'd probably have the sexist like you did with Mad Max Fury Road with Furiosa and all that. You probably have the sexist freaking out about it. And even then, Furiosa was just mainly a side character. I mean, she was a main character, don't get me wrong, but she was still,
Well, the movie's more about her.
yeah,
She's in it more than Tom Hardy.
that's true, yeah. But the thing is, you're always going to have those sexists and those people out there who don't like it for some reason. Whether it be they're sexist or some other ungodly reason. But that way, it would have been a lot easier. It would have made more sense, and you wouldn't just be spitting on the other two movies in the process.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, if you don't like this movie, you have no friends.
Oh, that's the other issue that I've got with this movie is the cast and crew keep coming out and pretty much insinuating that people who are against this movie, who don't like the trailer, who aren't going to go see it. I would go see it if I was being paid.
Huh.
But I have seen many bad movies in my life, so another one isn't going to handle it. But the cast and crew keep saying that people who express their opinion, which in this day and age everybody expresses an opinion in numerous ways. They put it on Facebook, Twitter, you know, blogs. I mean, I review movies on a blog and it's
On a podcast. Hey.
yeah, on a podcast. That was a money shot. But they make it sound like the people who do that are living in a basement, which is in their mother's house. They have no friends, and, no social life.
That's a
Yeah,
lot of people with no friends living in their mother's basement then.
here's the thing: if someone cares about this property as much as people care about Ghostbusters, and they do, they're going to, they're going to express their frustration and how they've waited 20 plus years for Ghostbusters 3 and they didn't get it. They're getting this mediocre reboot. What could be a mediocre reboot? I mean, the trailer looks bad. The synopsis I read online, which is pretty much being confirmed by the trailer, looks terrible.
Why is the villain the logo? Why? Why? Dead serious. I want that answered. Why is the villain the logo? We ran out of ideas.
I didn't write the goddamn thing.
Well, think about it. Okay. Who's the guy that pitched this? I've got a great idea for the villain, guys. Let's take the logo and put a red bow tie on him.
Honestly, you want to know how you would have got me in this movie?
Oh.
If you would have made the main villain Zool,
Hmm.
and you would have cast Bill Murray as Zool.
Oh, you mean the Gozer? It's Gozer.
No, Zool. Zool's the main guy, or Gozer. Oh, fuck, I don't remember. Sorry, my wife's gonna kill me because I just screwed up Ghostbusters lore. But yeah, cast him as Gozer.
Yeah. The even people don't believe that the logo is the villain. Everybody thinks from that trailer it's Stay Puft.
That's not Stay Puft.
Everybody thinks it is.
Not
Even
the-
IMDb,
like,
IMDb posted to Twitter and said, "See Stay Puft."
Okay. Here's the thing: it's either the logo, or you've totally ruined the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, and you're even going to further infuriate people.
Here's my question: which is worse? Would you rather have a messed up Stay Puft or the logo?
At this point, as bad as the movie looks, I don't think it's gonna matter.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not gonna matter.
But you know, Dan Aykroyd says it's great. Well, he's an executive producer.
Paycheck, 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 paycheck.
And then, Bill Murray was on TV and he was giving it praise, but also,
Paycheck.
no, well, plus they were going to take him to court. I mean,
Oh yeah, that might be a problem too.
I'm sure somewhere he said, I'm gonna do your shitty movie, and then you leave me the hell alone.
And they realize, shit, what have I done?
Well, and then and that's another reason people hate the idea of this Ghostbusters, that they pretty much use legal force to get Bill Murray in it. And I'm like, and Bill Murray's beloved, and I love Bill Murray, but he did Garfield 1 and 2, so I'm not.
Well, Garfield, you've heard that, right? It's because he read the name on it wrong. He thought it was someone else as the director.
What about the second time?
Probably gotten a contract for 2 of them.
For 2?
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm not buying it.
And James Rolfe, that poor bastard.
Yeah, he got raked over the coals.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not gonna see this movie because I think it looks like shit. Oh, you sexist misogynist!
Hey, guess what? I didn't go see Fantastic Four because it looked like shit.
Hey, Doctor Doom was actually pretty good in that movie.
Yeah, but is it worth sitting through that movie?
Not paying for it in a theater. I'd rent it once and then never look at it again, like I did.
It's good bad movie night fodder.
Yeah.
I mean, But yeah, Ghostbusters. I'm actually looking forward to its release. So this whole national nightmare is over with the whole you know, and and that's the thing. I just ripped on Ghostbusters, and I am sitting in a basement, but I own this house. And I'm going to go to sleep later with my wife, who also thinks this movie is going to be a piece of shit.
Pretty much everyone I know thinks this movie's gonna be a piece of shit.
I don't know anybody that's really dying to go see it. Nobody cared. It's the publicity around it. It's just I don't know. It's plus the other thing you have to remember is it's coming out what July?
Yeah, sometime in July. I think 25th, maybe.
Oh, it's earlier than that. But I know it's competing with Star Trek. Star Trek comes out either the week before
Wow,
or the week
two
after.
shitty movies.
Well, that new trailer looks pretty decent.
But here's the way I see that trailer.
Which hold on a minute. That first trailer they cut a shitty trailer for Star Trek, and people said this looks like shit. So they went in and cut a trailer that's much better. It actually makes me more interested in the film as opposed to Ghostbusters, who they've given us two shitty trailers, which tells me, well, the whole movie's shit.
Well, the way I see the trailer is okay. You gotta think. Oh, people will love this movie. We're gonna cut it, the trailer, the way we think they'll love it. Don't you think that if they cut the trailer like that the first time, the movie's gonna end up like that?
It depends. It depends on who's cutting them. Of course, Sony. Somebody posted a video comparing the Pixels trailer to the Ghostbusters trailer, and it had all the same
It's the
beats.
same goddamn trailer.
Yeah, and we saw how well that movie was. Which, when I first heard about the concept of Pac-Man and Donkey Kong, and I haven't seen the movie. I know those two are in it. Being there in real life and fighting them, I was like, that sounds like a good idea. And I heard Adam Sandler was doing it. I'm like, oh, screw this.
I didn't know why all those movies are on Netflix now.
Oh, God.
Like Ridiculous Six.
I won't watch it.
I believe he has like a deal for like 5 different movies. The new one's coming out soon. Don't remember what it is. Don't really give a shit either.
There's better stuff on Netflix.
Yeah, like these new Netflix shows coming out by Marvel.
That was a great segue. We're professionals, even though we don't know how to set this up.
Yeah, we sat here for like an hour and a half just trying to set it up.
Cursing,
Cursing.
wanting rum.
Yes. Anyway,
Yo ho, pirate's life for me.
yeah, that last movie was shit too. Anyway,
They're making another one.
they're making up to 6.
6?
Not 6 more sequels. There's 4. They're gonna make 5, 6.
Yeah, I may catch it on DVD.
Well, I hear the guy who played Will Turner's coming back.
Yeah, it's been 10 years.
Anyway,
He
way
gets to go
off,
home.
way off topic. Anyway, these Marvel Netflix series. You haven't watched any of them.
I've watched an episode of Daredevil. Thank you.
Well, I've seen it all. Great series so far. Daredevil's really good. Jessica Jones is pretty good. Not as good as Daredevil, but I'm a fan of Daredevil. Mainly because that's the only one I know out of these. But
No, you're not a fan of Daredevil. No.
shut up. Let's see.
There's a picture of you. I'm looking at a picture of this guy. Oh, I'm a fan of Daredevil. Well, no shit. There's a picture of you and Charlie Cox and Elton Henson on your desk.
And there's a picture of us and Adam West and Burt Ward. Actually, as your profile
Those
picture on Skype,
guys are national treasures.
that was old as one too. Anyway, continuing on.
Zombie Nightmare.
Okay.
I love that line. I'm going well. In Zombie Nightmare, sitting in a restaurant, and let's go, hey, hey! And that's it.
And anyway, so far they've announced the Daredevil TV. Well, obviously the Daredevil and Jessica Jones TV shows, and then there's going to be Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Punisher, and then there's rumors going around about Moon Knight, Ghost Rider,
That
and
was Moon Knight.
Blade. Good question. Apparently, oh, and they're also doing Defenders. Forgot to mention. They've confirmed Defenders, but apparently Moon Knight is part of the Defenders. I don't know anything about Moon Knight. I just saw it in the list. Like, apparently he's from Chicago,
I can't find my phone.
which is
I'm not
interesting.
gonna Google it.
Apparently he's from Chicago, which,
So he's corrupt. Oh.
yeah. Anyway, Luke Cage comes out September 30th, which I'm incredibly excited for. Mainly because he was pretty cool in Jessica Jones, which you still need to watch. Yeah, you just look at me in silence.
I've been busy.
Yeah. Sure.
What?
Then we got Preacher, which you finally
I've
caught
seen
up
2
on.
episodes of Preacher.
The only 2.
I'm caught up on Preacher.
Hopefully you'll watch it every Sunday now.
Yeah.
Well, you're watching it tomorrow.
I don't know. I'm watching Ant-Man tomorrow.
No.
We've already discussed this.
No. We're watching Preacher first.
We'll watch Ant-Man during the day.
Okay, sounds good. Anyway, they've got all these TV shows coming out, which I'm trying to figure out their release schedule here. Because from the sounds of it, Daredevil Season 3 is getting pushed back, which makes me sad. That was his reaction to them canceling the original Adam West and Burt Ward Batman show.
No, because they made a movie.
Never to be seen again.
What are you talking about?
And now-
I've
and-
seen that movie.
And now Adam West is on Family Guy as the mayor.
Hell yeah. West.
Nothing comes between a man and his taffy.
That sounds good, actually. We made
Yeah.
it at Walmart for taffy.
It does. That sounds really good, actually.
At 3 a.m.
Let's do it. Why not? We'll record it. We'll go out with our laptops and we'll just sit there in the wow, I almost said driveway parking lot.
Eating taffy.
This is us eating taffy.
God. You know what kind of people go into Walmart at 3 a.m.?
People who love taffy.
Yeah, people love taffy. They're buying Gatorade and condoms for their long weekend of love.
Did they eat too much pork?
Oh, I ate too much pork.
Apparently, this is what Hulk Hogan had to say during his porno shoot.
I don't know if it was pork or pig, but let's get back on topic. I don't want to talk about Hulk Hogan.
You don't want to talk about Hulk Hogan sex?
I used to be a fan of Hulk Hogan. Now I'm like, oh, God.
Pork.
Jesus. But at least he's rich.
Okay. You know, we've been talking about all these superhero things and all that. We still haven't talked about Dark Knight 3. Here's your problem.
What do
You still haven't read them all.
Why
Dick.
is this show turning into, hey, let's rip on Chris for everything he hasn't watched or read yet?
It takes you like 10 minutes.
I haven't read Dark Knight 2 because I wanted to throw it against the wall.
To be honest with you, I read a summary and I still didn't get it.
I'm reading this and I'm like, Dark Knight Strikes Again? But where the hell's the Dark Knight?
He doesn't show up until like page 60. I think we actually checked. It's like page 60.
What was he doing?
I don't even remember.
Was he chilling?
That's the funny part. Okay.
I know what he was doing. He was watching fucking Daredevil.
But
He's like, I gotta watch this shit. Nick's gonna yell at my ass if I don't get Daredevil watched.
shut up.
Page 60. Oh, I'm Batman, but I'm tired because I've been watching Daredevil.
But you read Dark Knight Returns. Badass book. Then you get to Dark Knight Strikes
That's the
Again.
greatest. graphic novel
Then you get The Dark Knight Strikes Again. You're like,
ever
what
made.
the hell is going on?
If anyone actually listens to this, they're going to be like, "No, it's not." I'm like, "Screw you!
Yeah,
It's great."
but thing is, I read the book,
Which book?
Dark Knight Strikes Again. I didn't get it. I read a summary afterwards. I read it to you actually because I wanted to get you caught up for Dark Knight 3 because you didn't want to read it. I don't blame you. I still didn't get it, even after reading the summary. I'm just like, okay, that might be important. And to be perfectly honest with you, Dark Knight 3 is great. I mean, it's not as good as Dark Knight Returns, but still, it's great. The only thing that drags it down is bullshit from Dark Knight Strikes Again. That's the only thing that really drags it down.
Maybe Doctor Manhattan can show up and say, "Dark Knight strikes again. You're out." Ding.
Like, I mean, they do what they can with the bullshit from Dark Knight Strikes Again.
Well, that was a mistake.
Yeah, it was.
I don't understand why they're even working. That they should just. Oh, that didn't happen.
Thing is, I don't think Frank Miller will let it.
Oh, Frank.
He's not looking good either, man.
Well, I thought he had cancer.
Yeah, it looks like it.
I got a feeling he'll kill Batman off.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna.
Now, speaking of Frank Miller, and we don't have this on the list, but screw it. Sin City. Second movie. I haven't seen it. He says shit.
It's shit.
Books are good. I can tell you the problem though. Why the hell did you write a new story for this movie? You have 7 books. I have them all sitting right there in a stack. You have 7 books. You used 4 in the first movie. You're telling me you had no other thing you could use?
Nope. Well, one of the problems I
Yellow bastard.
one of the problems I had with Sin City 2 was it was just it was dull. I mean, the first movie, I haven't read the books.
You should. They're great.
I'll read them after I read Dark Knight 2.
So you're never going to.
I might someday. I may end up in the hospital someday on that shit.
You don't need shit to do.
But
Don't worry, I'll put you in a nursing home with just a stack of books you need to read.
gotta
Do it
watch
now.
that goddamn Daredevil so I can show up in page 60.
Do this, and I'll let you out.
But the first movie I'm watching, it's awesome. It's a fun ride.
That yellow bastard.
The second movie was totally different. I was waiting for the movie to be over. I was watching it at home. I could have stopped at any time, but I watch a lot of garbage, so I'm used to it. But
Yeah, we're watching Food Fight later.
yeah, um, I'll throw this out there. We have bad movie night around here once a month. Last month was Ginger Dead Man, which was picked by my lovely wife, which
Gary Busey.
barely rated as a feature. And then we're watching Food Fight.
A talking cat?
Yeah, we've watched that.
That movie was shit.
And then I dug up something called Impulse, where William Shatner's a serial killer.
That movie was funny. The thing with Two Heads was actually a pretty awesome movie just because of how stupid it was.
I remember watching that when I was a little kid at my grandpa's house.
And the ending is, yeah.
20 minutes. There's a 20-minute motorcycle chase, and this motorcycle chase is not the equivalent of the one for The Great Escape. It's more like the equivalent of
Sensei 2.
no, the drinking tricycle race in Revenge of the Nerds. That's why I'm reminded of.
Oh,
I think I have a frush.
I think I have a frush. What the hell is a frush?
Oh, what were we talking about? Sin City.
Yeah, we were talking about. I think
Oh,
we're past that though.
thank God. Well, I'll go ahead and say this: they waited too damn long to do the sequel.
Yeah.
First one was hot, and I kept going, and I didn't think they were gonna make it, and they made it, and I'm like, who gives a shit?
Well, I think it's hilarious with the books. Okay, you got Marv, obviously.
Yeah,
You got Hard again, that yellow bastard, Nancy.
yeah.
You've got Dwight, which takes up most of the series, honestly.
Miho,
Yeah, Miho.
I like Miho.
And then, like, okay, they had just regular stories. You'd have one character per book, like one main character. Like, okay, this one's about Marv. This one's about Dwight. Then book 6 comes along. That's another case of I still have no idea what the hell is going on. It's just all these random stories. Wait, what? Okay, there's Marv. What the hell? Okay, okay, okay. There's what the what? And then 7 comes along, does the same thing, and funny enough, 5 was the smallest one. And 7, this giant one, which is actually the biggest one, comes along. One character never introduced. I don't even remember his name. Some painter.
Well, don't you think by the seventh one they're just milking this shit for a paycheck? I mean, honestly,
Probably. Yeah.
7 books. Who needs that shit?
And then even worse, the 7th book had characters introduced in the 6th book.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, I remember that chick.
Well, and, by the time you get to the end of that, it's kind of like they keep making these movies based on these novels, like Harry Potter and Twilight, and the going thing now is to split up the last book,
Oh yeah.
which is to get 2 admissions.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna bullshit you. Not gonna bullshit you.
Let's see, what else do we have on here? It's not on here, but E3's coming up. What?
I don't care.
E3's coming up.
Just where a bunch of people get together and stroke themselves. You did a good job this year.
Well, I figured you'd be interested. This Monday, the PlayStation E3 press conference, possible Red Dead Redemption 2 announcement.
That's the greatest game ever made, Red Dead Redemption. I love that game. On the PS3.
Yeah, I like the game too.
The greatest game ever made is Ninja Gaiden 2. Or Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden 3 is a pain in the ass because you don't get continues.
And then a few other things.
Or you get 5 continues. Let me rephrase that. I'm sorry to interrupt.
And then since it's PlayStation thing, probably PlayStation VR will be there. Yeah,
I love Virtual Boy.
get the hell out. And then PlayStation, God of War, probably. Let's see, what else will be there? Some other random shit that I can't remember off the top of my head.
Nintendo.
No, I was talking about PlayStation's conference, but yeah, Nintendo's going to be at E3. Zelda. God damn. There wasn't any Zelda last year. So they're making up for it this year, making this the only thing they're going to do at E3. Oh, you wanted Zelda last year. Well, sorry. This year we're just going to have nothing but Zelda. Zelda, 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 Zelda.
Well, they're probably doing that to build up hype for the new console launch.
Yeah, which might have been delayed again. I cannot remember. There's so many. Yeah, there's so many rumors surrounding this thing. I don't even feel like going through that shit, man.
All right,
I don't even want to do that.
I'll buy these things.
You're gonna be playing it,
What?
NX.
Is Red Dead Redemption 2 on there?
I don't know. At this rate, Red Dead Redemption 2 will be out before this thing comes out. Anyway, speaking of Red Dead and Rockstar, GTA 6.
Vice City?
God, I hope so. I want
Well,
Vice City.
well, see, the Roman numeral 6 is half the word vice. So it makes sense. I'm serious. The, They've been to Liberty City. They've been back to Liberty City since Vice City.
Yes.
They've been to San Andreas twice.
Yes.
Vice City needs another game.
Yes, it does.
I love
Now, here's my question: do you base it in the '80s or do you set it in present day?
Launch Pad in the 90s.
'90s.
The early 90s.
Now, it probably won't be this game. It'll probably be one or two games, possibly even more ahead from now. But Rockstar said they would love to make a GTA game where you can fly between all three cities: Liberty City, Los Santos, and Vice City.
You think these current consoles can handle it?
I don't know.
Because GTA 5 is pretty amazing looking. I haven't played much of it. Usually when I do, I'm goofing around, driving, robbing liquor stores.
I'll say this now: the best looking game I've seen to date is Uncharted 4, graphics
Yeah,
wise.
it looked good. Of course, I got tired watching the cutscenes.
Got to admit, the Crash Bandicoot thing was pretty funny. But like, it used to be the order. I don't care how shitty that game is. The graphics were awesome on it.
Yeah, but that's like saying I don't care how shitty.
I'm not saying the game's good because of that. It's still shit.
I'm trying to think of a movie with great effects that was a hunk of garbage.
You can you?
Uh, see, I keep going back to Star Wars, but Christ, those look like PS2 graphics almost.
Well, it's the same thing with Battlefront. It looks so good, but
Oh, they screwed that up.
why was it $60?
They screwed that up.
Could have been so good.
That was a. That was a.
Hey, the problem is only two letters long. EA Sports. No.
EA Sports. It's in the game. That's what used to come up on the Genesis.
EA Games. We took it out of the game.
You guys remember the Genesis?
I have a Genesis. I don't necessarily remember it because it's still here.
You want Genesis?
You can have it.
Con.
Okay, we've been talking about games and movies this whole time. Let's go on to a bit of music. How about those Axl Rose picks?
Axel looks like he ate too much pork.
Oh God. Just yeah,
How long removed from the minute that story came out? Everybody was posting those pics all over the place, memes. I'm like, you don't do that. It's out there.
yeah.
You know what you do? If you drop the weight, you go out there and be like, "Look at me now, Max Rose."
And you're saying something about Axl Rose. I think who was he replacing? And I can't remember.
Brian Johnson,
Yeah, he was replacing Brian Johnson. Your bet.
who may come back because they fitted him with some kind of device for his hearing, and if it
You mean a
works-
hearing aid?
No, it's something more than that.
A strong hearing aid.
That's something they specially designed for him.
Oh,
Some
that's
kind
nice.
of hearing aid. But yeah, he's last I heard, it's working great. If it holds up, he could be back, which is good because I know a lot of AC/DC fans that are pissed about this.
Of course.
And I love Guns N' Roses, and I was really hoping Axel had changed his ways, but he's still an asshole. He was an asshole 30 years ago. He's still an asshole now. So
Continuing on with music. What about Roger Waters possibly, huge possibly, because he probably won't actually do it,
uh,
releasing a new album, solo album,
uh,
concept album, of course, but
I've been hearing this shit since 1994.
he's saying this year.
He's been saying that the last 10 years.
We say he's got a theme for it already.
Is the title still Heartland?
I haven't heard anything about the title.
Well, about 3 or 4 years ago, it was Heartland.
Apparently, he had something going on with Howard Stern.
All about Israel. We don't want to get that shit.
Okay. Well, we'll
Let's
stay,
not let's not start that shit.
we'll stay out of that then.
I did buy a $40 record. $40.45 while we were on vacation. You were there.
Duh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still kicking myself, but it was worth it.
Ah, dumbass.
It was sealed. Sealed. It was a sealed 45 from the Wall soundtrack. The two songs that weren't on the actual album.
Well, here we go.
Sealed.
The new Halloween movie
Hell yeah.
with John Carpenter involved.
Hell yeah. Set after two.
Yeah, oh yes, after two, which
So,
making. Oh, you
all
mean
the bullshit. No cults. Laurie Strode isn't dead. Busta Rhymes never fucking happened. It's gone. It's history. Usually I hate it when they do shit like this that erases a big hunk of a franchise.
But in this case,
But as shitty as Halloween got after the third one, I'm like, okay.
now I'm gonna stop you real quick. We're just gonna bask in the glory for a moment of my Escape from LA poster I've got in the background here.
Okay.
Okay, continuing.
Okay, back to Halloween.
Well, I mean, that's all we got now.
Oh,
There isn't much about it.
I got more. More like John Carpenter. So John Carpenter comes out.
It says, yeah, screw those movies.
Yeah, he pretty much.
Bye, Rob Zombie.
Oh God, don't get me started on that shit.
Rob.
Those illogical pieces of shit. I never saw the second one, but the first one was enough to
Zambi.
make me yak. Hey, remember that Halloween Haunted House universe?
Yeah.
It got kind of repetitive.
Yeah. My problem with haunted houses are, by the end of it, I just start joking. Like, hi!
I start joking anyway. Well, when you have Michael Myers coming out of every nook and it's not like you don't know what's going to be around the corner. You know what really scared me was when went around the corner and it wasn't Michael Myers. It was some guy dressed up like Loomis. I'm like, holy sh! Oh,
I know, I didn't realize, like, I came around the corner, I thought it was like a statue, because they had some already
yeah,
throughout the thing. I was like, oh shit, he's moving. He's real.
that was cool.
It
All right,
was.
all right. Anyway, back to Halloween and a little more like John Carpenter. He came out and gave his opinion on '80s horror movies and said they were shit, particularly Friday the 13th, which we're going to lead into another story about Friday the 13th. But he really called out that, which, let's be perfectly honest, the first Friday the 13th is a blatant ripoff of Halloween.
Yeah.
Blatant ripoff. Sean Cunningham admits it, but the idea of franchising it
12 sequels later.
was Friday the 13th.
Or no, excuse me, 11 sequels later.
Yeah,
12 movies.
we haven't gotten 13 yet. Until,
The new one.
yeah.
Yay.
So there were all these high hopes for the next Friday the 13th film,
Let's see. First, they were talking about a found footage film,
which,
which will work better than this idea,
yeah. And then they were talking about having it in the winter.
which actually would have been interesting. I would have liked
That
to see that.
it would have been different. Of course, we've done different when we went to fucking space.
Space, a little snow. There's a big difference there.
Okay, what's probably the worst Bob movie?
One where he went to space.
Moonraker. Yeah. Honestly, after Jason Goes to Hell, it wasn't that bad. But the next one,
But anyway, the winner would have been better than this idea
yeah.
too.
Then they had one where they were going to go back to the 80s.
That would have probably been the best one.
Yeah, that would have been the best idea. But no,
No, they went with this idea.
which is they're
Going
going to do an origin story which is actually going to introduce Jason's father, Elias.
His name's Elias.
It was in the original script of Part 6.
God.
I don't know if they'll keep that. I love Friday the 13th movies. They're my guilty pleasure. But this idea,
You're guilty?
yeah, that's a guilty pleasure.
Yeah, bullshit.
It's Let's think for a minute what this film's going to be like. Okay? The father's going to have to be an asshole
Yep.
because that's the only way you're going to have any conflict. So you're going to have an abusive. The movie is basically going to be about an abusive husband whose wife works at a summer camp, who probably has some emotional problems and has to deal with their um, developmentally disadvantaged son because Jason's a mongoloid.
Yeah.
This sounds like a great time at the movies.
How happy and like scary
Yeah,
and not depressing.
I'm like this. This almost sounds like a drama.
It'd have to be.
And I don't know if they're going to do flashbacks or how this is going to work, but I just heard this idea and I'm like, this is you can come up with anything better than this, which they'd already done in the Halloween reboot poorly. I'm sad. My heart's breaking.
You
But
should be.
but what is cool is in 1 year we're going to get a Halloween movie with John Carpenter involved, first time since 1982, which was Halloween 3, which is an underrated film, everybody. Silver Shamrock.
Silver Shamrock.
And we're going to have Friday the 13th movie,
Yes.
which is probably going to suck. Will it be as bad as Jason Goes to Hell?
I don't know about that.
I don't know if they can top that suckage.
Okay. Next, here comes your favorite part.
Well,
Metal Gear Solid pachinko machine.
show me the money.
My God. You took. It's based off Snake Eater, third one, and you took one of the ending scene of it, which is one of the best scenes in the entire series, in my opinion. Made it beautiful with the new engine, and then killed it in one swoop by making it a pachinko machine. Thank you, Konami, and your bullshit. They've been hearing that for a while now, but it's their fault. They won't stop. They just bullshit after bullshit after bullshit after bullshit. Over and over again.
That's where the money is.
Clearly.
Pachinko.
Here comes their game lineup is going to be weak for like the next 10 years. Think about it. Okay.
It shouldn't be though. I mean that's the bad part. All the iconic franchises they hold.
Okay, so before all this bullshit started, before the whole Kojima drama bullshit started, last year they were going to have PES 2016, which a lot of people were hyped about FIFA ripoff. And then, of course, Metal Gear Solid 5 got released. All this Kojima bullshit started. Didn't get completely finished. Probably because they're like, oh, we need more time. Well, too bad. You're leaving by the end of the year. Essentially, it didn't get finished. Whole chapter went missing. All this other shit.
Why should they pay to finish it when people will buy it anyway?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. It's all about the dollars.
yeah. And then they were also originally going to have, and then this year they would have had Silent Hills and PES 2017. Now they're just gonna have PES because they canceled that shit too.
Well, Kojima was involved.
Yeah, and they were like, "Oh, don't worry, like once the whole all the news came out about Kojima leaving. Oh, don't worry, Metal Gear Solid 5 is fine. Didn't say anything about Silent Hills for like a good 2 to 3 months, and then finally it took Del Toro saying something, and then they officially announced, "Oh yeah, it's canned." And they're like, "Don't worry, we'll make more in the future."
Why?
Month later, Silent Hill 2 pachinko machine.
Why couldn't they? Why couldn't Kojima make something with Del Toro and Norman Reedus at Sony?
Oh, well, he intends on working with Del Toro again.
Just change,
Just
just change the name.
yeah, and even now with I've shown you the pictures of it.
Hills that are silent.
Someone's actually made that joke. Like it was like quiet mountains or something like that.
That would be hilarious.
But and people are seeing like you've seen the pictures of, they call them Ludens, the giant like,
You mean cough drops?
god damn it, the like robotic
I like
space
Smith
suit
Brothers
thing.
myself.
Oh, shut up. Like the space suit thing, whatever. People are saying that the like what they see in the eyes and the way the face is modeled looks a lot like Norman Reedus' face model from Silent Hills.
Hmm?
And even the way the camera's position looks like this picture. Who knows? There's no telling at this point. But good thing he's at Sony. He can actually do a once for once.
Yeah, because Sony does a great job.
Better with their games, at least.
Than their movies.
Their movies suck ass.
God. It's the last good Sony movie. I'm trying to think.
Well,
Never mind.
yeah, just never mind.
Spider Man 2.
Um, can't believe we've actually pushed this one off as long. Rogue One reshoots.
Oh my god! That was my main one, too.
Yeah. Anyway, talking about the Rogue One reshoots. How many weeks? 4 or 6?
6.
6 weeks of reshoots.
6, and they are rebuilding sets.
They're rebuilding sets?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And what the rumors are that Disney did not like the tone. It was too dark. They wanted it to feel more like
Frozen.
Star Wars. Frozen. I will not call it A New Hope. It is Star Wars.
Get used to that.
Yeah. When I say Star Wars, I'm talking about the first film from 1977.
Yes. I mean, the movie looks good. Already. I mean,
I was excited.
yeah.
I hate the title.
Yeah. A Rogue One, a Star Wars story. It should have been called Star Wars Rogue One.
Yeah, Star Wars Rogue One.
That's all you
Bam.
needed.
Slaps you in the face.
Biatch.
One. What'd the hand say to the face?
Slap biatch.
Rogue One.
God.
Oh, by the way, R.I.P. Prince and Muhammad Ali.
Oh, yeah. R.I.P. Prince, Muhammad Ali, and since we're a little late, David Bowie.
And Gordie Howe.
And Alan Rickman.
Eh.
And Lemmy.
Who the hell else died? Who the hell is... Everyone's kicking.
Let's see. The original voice is Daffy Duck died, I believe.
No, not the original voice. The original voice was Mel Blanc.
Some voice of someone died. Someone is dead.
Yeah, someone with
Prince
the voice.
is dead
Prince is dead.
because of an overdose.
Weren't we talking about Rogue One?
Good question.
But yeah, they're talking about the tone. Disney's worried about it. I guess they want it more family friendly because in Star Wars, Vader chokes a guy to death, Force chokes a guy almost to death, tortures Princess Leia, blows up her home planet, and kills Obi-Wan Kenobi.
A family picture.
Yeah. So they don't want it too dark. You know, like the part where all those X-wing pilots get wasted outside the Death Star. Oh, we don't want too dark.
No. You're forgetting an important scene. The part where Anakin kills tons and tons of Padawans.
Yeah, don't want too dark.
And
Oh,
all the Jedi
God.
get killed.
That scares me.
It should.
What the hell was the other thing I was gonna?
Speaking of reshoots.
I'm not done with Rogue One.
Well, too bad.
Well, I had heard another rumor, which I hope is false,
What?
that they were reshooting so they can insert a cameo of a young Han Solo, which a young Han Solo is Han Solo from
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Just regular Han Solo.
I'm like, because they've already said Rogue One will end 10 minutes before Star Wars starts. So how do you put young Han Solo in there? It's Han Solo. It's
See,
Harrison Ford.
They've been planning this for 10 years. It starts when they first start planning it.
Jesus Christ. And then a young Han Solo movie. Do we really need that? Honestly.
No.
I want the Boba Fett movie.
Yeah.
You know why I want the Boba Fett movie?
Star Wars 1313.
No, he didn't. Look at the screen time he got.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he gets wasted in the Sarlacc pit on an accident. It's like a goddamn Looney Tunes bit, the way he gets wasted. It's like Elmer Fudd turns around. Oh, you very
Rabbit season. Duck season.
rabbit season. Oh, you know, it's the stupidest shit I've ever seen. In Jedi, I hate that part in Jedi.
Anyway. Speaking of reshoots, let me finish this time.
We reshooting. Let's go.
Suicide Squad.
Aren't they done?
Yeah, I think they're done with reshoots now, but we're late.
Well, yeah, they just started reshooting when we started recording this, and now the movie's been out 3 weeks. It's already left town, and I'm on page 60.
From the sounds of it, this movie is way better than Batman vs Superman.
Well, yeah, whose name isn't on it?
Zack Snyder.
Yeah, correctamundo.
Yeah, looks good. I'm hoping that the Scott Eastwood rumors are true, where they're saying that
Spoilers.
whatever.
Spoilers.
Since he hasn't really been casted as anybody yet, people are
Casted?
casted.
No, cast. You just say cast.
I'm flipping him off. Since he hasn't been cast as anybody yet,
Casted.
people are saying
Boy, too much porn, brother.
people are saying
For life.
that he could be Nightwing, sent in by Batman to keep watch over the Suicide Squad project.
You know, if that's true, that's awesome.
It is, yes.
Honestly, that sounds like something Batman would do.
Yeah.
Instead of killing people. Jesus.
I hope that's true. But then there's some people saying, oh, it's Deathstroke. Okay. Deathstroke was old when Batman started his career. Now think about it. This is later in his career. Batman's old. So don't you think something's wrong here? One of these things is not like the other.
You know, I'm curious. I'm curious if Batman kills anybody in this movie.
I don't know.
If he doesn't kill anybody, then that's pretty much saying, Zack Snyder, you're full of shit.
That might have been what the reshoots were for, now that I think about it.
What, to kill people?
To take that out.
I heard they wanted more humor. Because Batman vs. Superman had none. Other than Jesse Eisenberg being like Thor.
It's Cherry.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god, that was terrible.
It was funny. It's funny though.
The red capes are coming. The red capes are coming.
They
Shut
became
the fuck up.
Ding 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 ding.
I was honestly hoping he'd die.
Me too.
And then, like,
Like that.
Bryan Cranston would be his father trying to avenge his death. Then you would have a goddamn reason for Lex Luthor
To be
to
pissed.
hate Superman instead of this.
Eh?
I hate him, but I'm going to clone one of his kind.
It's Cherry.
That makes no goddamn sense. I can't believe we're back on this fucking movie. I don't want to.
Well, we've only got one more left.
What the hell's that?
The Affleck Batman movie. There isn't much on it. He's directing it.
I hear Batman's in it.
Oh, dumbass. But Ben Affleck's directing it, producing it,
Writing it.
writing it, and who is he good friends?
Bouncing in.
Who is he good? Who's he good friends with again?
Well, Kevin Smith. He's
Exactly.
Kevin Smith. So, someone who actually knows what a fucking comic book is. Wow.
Wow, who would have thought you needed that for a comic book movie?
And knows the entire mythology of Batman.
Yeah, I'm excited for this movie.
Who hosts a goddamn podcast about Batman.
I'm excited for this movie now, though.
Excuse me. I ate too much pork.
Anyway, that's everything on our list.
What list?
This list right in front of your face.
Oh.
So I guess that's the end for now.
Is it?
Is there anything else?
I can't think of anything. It's almost 1 a.m. I'm
Yeah.
done.
I'm tired and hungry.
I was up at 5 this morning.
Yeah.
I work hard.
Yeah, I know. I know you work hard.
All right. Are you going to tell them your name? Because we were going to tell at the beginning.
They'll figure it out.
No. Tell me your name.
I'm Nick Garman, and this is Douchebag.
I am Chris Garman,
And I am Douchebag.
and this is the
Douchebag.
what the hell is this called?
I think we forgot in all the years we've been taking trying to record this.
Yeah, Jesus, I'm
It is the We Bear All.
podcast. Hey, do that again.
This is the We Bear All.
I ate too much pork.
God damn it. Told you not to eat all that goddamn pork.
All right, do it again.
This has been the We Bear All.
Podcast.
I think you forgot there for a second what we were doing.
I'm tired. Are we gonna leave all that in?
No, we'll edit some of it out. Leave the part about editing it out, though.
Yeah, we'll edit it out. We'll leave it in.
Anyway, this has been the We Bear All.
Podcast. Live.
This isn't live, dumbass.
It's live right now.
Get out.
It's being broadcast between these two laptops.
I love Skype.
All right, so
This is it.
we'll be back. In 2 weeks?
We'll be back sometime.
Not 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
When we type up another list.
Maybe some stuff will happen.
Yeah, E3.
Oh God, I'm surprised you don't want to do anything special for E3.
We will in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks,
Yeah.
everyone.
2 weeks.
All 2 of you.
All 2 of you. It's already been 2 weeks. I need to check E3 news.
Hell, as long as it took to get this started, we've only been doing this for 4 hours.
Yeah, 4 hours.
All right, so
Yeah, that's it. We don't know how to end this. Sorry.
so we will see everyone. No, we won't. We won't see any of you.
We won't hear you. You'll just kind of exist in the background.
That's right.
You're
But-
here to listen to us, not us listen to you.
That's right. We really don't give a shit. And
Go follow our Twitter. We don't know what it's called yet because we haven't set it up, but
Yeah.
you'll figure it out.
yeah, we'll try to set up a Twitter, and you can send shit, all two of you, to
Preferably not your hate mail, but whatever.
yeah, hate mail. Just
We love hate mail. We'll make fun of you on air.
we're not gonna read hate mail on air. But if you want to send us shit, that's cool.
What's up with you being addicted to pork, douchebag? Why are you calling me a douchebag, you pork hater?
All right, so have a wonderful 2 weeks, and good night.
Try not to, kill yourself because of this podcast. We know we're terrible.
Yeah. All right.
Have any complaints? Take it up with your wall.
Is that it?
Probably not.
Okay. I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah, me too.
All right.
Screw all of you. Screw you too. Screw me. Equality.
Good night, Gemma.
Good night.